The Pagani Utopia Coupe isn't just another hypercar, it's a piece of rolling art built for people who want emotion first, numbers second, and perfection everywhere they look. Today, we're taking you inside one of the most exclusive, hand-built masterpieces of the modern automotive world. If you've ever wondered what happens when craftsmanship, obsession, and raw performance come together, stay tuned, because the Utopia is a car that challenges everything we think we know about speed and luxury. From the moment you see it, the Utopia feels alive. The design is pure Pagani, organic, sculpted, almost like it was shaped by wind instead of tools. Every line flows into the next, every curve has intention, and every detail has a hidden story behind it. The front end is elegant but aggressive, from those signature quad headlights to the smooth arches and exposed carbon fiber. Pagani doesn't design cars to look futuristic, they design them to look timeless. And the Utopia is probably the clearest example of that. When you move to the side profile, the car starts to feel like a sculpture you'd find in a museum, yet it's sitting on four wheels and ready to hit 200 miles per hour. The body uses Pagani's aerospace-grade carbo titanium material, a blend of carbon fiber and titanium that's incredibly strong and incredibly light. This isn't plastic with clear coat, this is craftsmanship you can't fake. And because it's Pagani, everything is real, everything is functional, everything has a purpose. The rear end might be the most iconic angle. You get that quad exhaust rising up like a piece of jewelry in the middle of the car, carved from titanium and finished with a bluish-purple color from the heat. And it's not just for show. That exhaust note is one of the purest sounds you'll hear from a modern engine. A deep, metallic roar that reminds you hypercars can still have soul. And that brings us to the heart of the Utopia, the engine. Under the rear hood sits a handcrafted 6.0-liter twin-turbo V12 built exclusively for Pagani by Mercedes-AMG. This engine produces around 852 horsepower and a mountain of torque, but the numbers aren't even the best part. What makes the Utopia special is how unapologetically analog it feels. Pagani gives you a choice: a true 7-speed gated manual or a single-clutch automated transmission designed to feel mechanical, direct, and raw. In a world where everything is dual-clutch and computer-controlled, Pagani said no, we're giving drivers an emotional experience first. With the Utopia, the driving experience is pure connection. The steering is hydraulic, not electric. The chassis is rigid but alive, giving you feedback through every corner. When you accelerate, the V12 doesn't just push you back. It sings, it vibrates, it moves the whole car with a personality that electric hypercars simply don't have. That's the philosophy behind the Utopia: simplicity, emotion, and purity. But don't mistake simplicity for lack of tech. This car is engineered with precision. The aerodynamics are integrated into the body instead of relying on huge wings. Pagani didn't want anything to break the silhouette, so every vent, curve, and opening manages air quietly and efficiently. Even the wheels are hollow to reduce weight and cool the brakes. The car may feel old school to drive, but make no mistake, this is cutting-edge technology hiding behind a handcrafted aesthetic. Now let's talk about the interior, because if the outside is the art, the inside is the gallery. Pagani doesn't use screens. They don't plaster the dashboard with digital displays. Instead, everything is analog, mechanical, and insanely detailed. The gauges look like luxury Swiss watches. The switches feel like something from a private jet. The shifter, especially the manual version, looks like a museum piece made from exposed metal and gears. This is the kind of cabin where you notice something new every time you sit inside. And while luxury brands try to impress with leather or LED lighting, Pagani uses the finest materials on earth. Aluminum, titanium, carbon fiber, they're all shaped, polished, and finished by hand. Even the pedal box is beautifully made. This isn't an interior you sit in, it's one you admire. So who is the Utopia made for? It's for people who want emotion over algorithms, craftsmanship over mass production, connection over convenience. It's for drivers who miss the feeling of an engine responding directly to their foot, the vibration of a mechanical gearbox, the rawness that comes from something built with passion, not a production schedule. In terms of performance, the Utopia is brutally fast. 0 to 60 happens in around 2.8 seconds, and it can push well past 200 miles per hour. But the real experience isn't the numbers, it's how it delivers them. The Utopia doesn't try to be the quickest or the most aerodynamic or the most advanced. It tries to be the most beautiful, the most emotional, and the most human hypercar on the market. And that's why the Utopia stands out in today's world of electric speed monsters and artificial soundtracks. Pagani built a car that reminds us what driving used to feel like and what it can still be if you refuse to compromise. It's a celebration of art, engineering, and passion, all blended into one machine. Whether you're admiring the titanium screws, the exposed linkage of the shifter, the perfectly stitched leather, or the sound of that V12 echoing through a tunnel, the Utopia is the kind of car that makes you slow down, look closer, and appreciate everything that went into it. Because Pagani doesn't build cars for commuters, they build dreams for the handful of people who can afford them and inspiration for the millions who can't. So if you ever get the chance to see one in person, take your time. Look at the reflections in the carbon fiber, the precision of the metalwork, the weight of the interior controls. Everything is handcrafted with the kind of care we rarely see anymore. The Pagani Utopia isn't just a hypercar, it's a reminder that true craftsmanship still exists. And that wraps up our deep dive into the Pagani Utopia Coupe. A machine built not just to perform, but to move your soul. If you love cars that mix beauty with brutality, art with engineering, and passion with performance, then the Utopia is the peak of that philosophy. Let me know which hypercar you want to see next, and make sure to subscribe if you love videos about the world's most exclusive machines.